The road out of Greenwich, New York leads across the river where the old mill buildings used to be. And what I want to do is paint this view using a limited palette of gouache. It's an overcast day, and there's no strong light or shadow. This old white house is the central feature of the picture, and to draw it accurately, I look for a unit of measurement. And that can be the width of the building itself. Once I establish that unit, I can measure on my pencil to get units of distance vertically or horizontally. It's 1 unit to that pole on the right. And then the main lines, the road, the poles, the signs, fall into place by measuring outward from that central house. I'm using pencil on a watercolor journal, and I can start in with gouache or opaque watercolor using a big flat brush. The first thing I do is cover the whole surface with a light wash, and then while that's still wet, lay in some darker colors. I'm just using browny blue, light red, yellow ochre, and white for now. The village of Greenwich, and yes, it's pronounced the way it's spelled, was once an important stop on the Underground Railroad. It attracted a lot of Irish immigrants to work in the cotton and linen mills. As people race by on their Saturday afternoon errands, I zero in on the tiny details at the center of the picture, starting with these windows. Once I lay them down as dark blobs, I can sharpen them up as rectangles using gouache. And then I can work my way outward from the center on some of the areas of foliage and the other details in the outer sections of the picture. Since this is gouache, I can paint some of the areas fairly dull in color and bring in bright color later. Now, one little color accent that I can't resist adding in using a full chroma are these 2 signs right up here, the caution sign and the detour sign, which are bright yellow and bright orange. So since everything else is muted, those will really jump out. I love the fact that those signs are all overlapping each other. That's really what attracted me about this scene, was the way the road leads back across the bridge toward that couple of houses, and then goes around a turn and disappears behind those 2 signs. So I want to pack these with detail, since that's what's attracting your eye. Bright colors, lots of detail. This sign is less important. I paint some opaque over the lay-in, but enough so I can see my pencil markings underneath, and then come in and do the lettering. License suspended after 2 work zone speeding tickets. The pavement changes color on the bridge. It becomes lighter on the bridge itself because it's concrete instead of asphalt. Bridges are made of concrete and usually surfaced with concrete as well, so it's generally lighter than the rest of the road. And as a final touch, I can use some chalk to make that light from the sky blend across the edge of the mountains. Gouache has a matte surface that receives pencil well if you want to put in some final touches like these dark accents. Or I sometimes will use a gel pen, a white gel pen, to put in a few light dots here and there, just to sparkle the surface a little bit. So I'd say the 3 keys to getting accurate detail are spend time in the pencil stage, get the measurements right, and focus in on the center of interest and make sure that's where you want it. Okay, thanks for watching. You might want to check out my website or subscribe to my channel. And then here's a playlist with more good stuff and a video that continues the story. So check them out and share with your friends.